Hello and welcome to this demo video. Before we get started, I'd just like to explain to you a few things which will relate to all of the basic range spreadsheets. Number one, there is a key on the intro and setup tab of all of the spreadsheets showing what the different color headers mean. The blue headers mean that the cell's formulated, so it's locked and you can't change it. The yellow headers are where you can input data, and occasionally there might be some gray headers, which is just a different kind of data input, but we'll include instructions as and when that happens. The other thing that you can be aware of is there are ways in which you can damage the spreadsheet. So please do take a look at the link where you see this image, which will take you to a web page to show you how to better preserve your spreadsheet. Please feel free to keep a blank version of the spreadsheet somewhere, so that if you do mess up a spreadsheet that you're using, you can in fact just open a new one, a blank one. And some of the spreadsheets only last for a year, and then you've got a blank one to start the following year. So do keep a blank copy as a backup somewhere. And lastly, wherever you see this image, you can click on it. It'll take you back to the store where you purchased this product to see if you've got anything, any more products. One last thing, to see a demo video, you can click on this on a link that looks like this in order to go to the demo video, but that'll take you to the most recent demo. If in fact we've done upgrades and you're using an older version and you'd like to see the demo relating to your version, then do click on the watch on YouTube link, which will take you to that specific video on YouTube. So I think that's all you need to know. So without further ado, let's move on to this demo video. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to this demo video for the annual reminder. What is an annual reminder? Well, essentially it is a spreadsheet where you can be reminded each day of things that occur annually. So for example, birthdays, national days, anniversaries, things like that happen every single year on the same day, and often it's difficult to keep track of these. Birthdays, I suppose, is popping up on social media and things and calendars and things like that, but you might have to remember all sorts of different days. If on a personal note, you might want to remember birthdays or wedding anniversaries or other kinds of anniversaries, things like that. Or if you have a business, you might want to remember, well, you may want to remember staff birthdays and business anniversaries and things like that. But also, what's becoming quite popular are national days. You'll often see marketing campaigns around national whatever day. I know there's a national spreadsheet day in October, so it's things like that that businesses want to remember and use towards your marketing, and it's difficult to remember when all those days are. So what I've done is I've created the spreadsheet which will help you to capture those days, and then obviously have a reminder each year, and you can look forward to the future. So let me show you how it works. First and foremost, there are 10 spots here, each with a different color, where you can actually assign different types of days. So you can put in birthday, national day, anniversary. You can put in whatever it is you want to remember there. So you can categorize all of your, when you add the dates later on, I'll show you, you'll be able to select one of these categories, and then it'll show up in that particular color on the graph to show you what kind of day it is. So you can change those. I'll put in birthdays, national day, anniversary just to start off with, but you can put in here whatever you want really. Just don't put any duplicates. Then you can move on to the spreadsheet. It doesn't work on a year like some of the other spreadsheets. This one is just a rolling one. You'll see how it works in a second. Dates list. This is where you can enter the dates. So very simply, just put the name and then select what type of day it is. So you can put business, birthday, whatever it might be. Select the type, and you select, just from the drop-down list. If you've selected these already and you go back and you change one of these and it doesn't exist anymore, just make sure you come and remove any that don't exist. They'll turn red anyway. And don't have any duplicates down here. So if you've got John Doe and once you're on John Doe again, so don't put any duplicates. And also just make sure all of these are valid. Then put in the date. Now the date, you put in the date, it won't show the year. Excel will by default take it as the year when you put it in. So you won't necessarily be able to come and sort by these dates, because the years, although they're not showing, will actually be there. So it may not sort properly. But if you do want to be able to sort by these dates in this column, make sure that when you enter this date, you put in the same year each time. Maybe just pick a year, maybe just 2000 or whatever, and just put that in as the default date. It won't actually show, it won't use the year, but it is technically there. then you've got your year. So you put the year in separately. The reason why you put the year in separately is because some of these you may not know the year. Some of them you might, and if you leave the year blank, it doesn't use it. If you don't put the year blank, and also it works out the age as well. So for example, if it's a birthday, well, this national day wouldn't have your business birthday would have it in, so you can see how old the business is or how old the people are, because it pops up with the next age as in on that next birthday. So not only can you see, this is the only section you fill in here, the name, put the name of the day down, the date type, well, this is birthday date, the actual date of the event, and then the year. And then this will show the next date and then the next age, if applicable. If it's not applicable, it won't do so. That's all you really need to do. On the right hand side here, it'll actually rank them in order. So these are future dates. So once you've gone past the date, it removes off of this list. So it's showing you the ones that are coming up next. So today, Joe Blogg's birthday. Tomorrow, the yellow one, birthdays this week. So on Saturday, the 20th of April, it's Fred Smith. And then any ones that go green will be this month. So you can see what else is happening this month. National Day and Jane Doe, and then you can see the future ones. The reason why I've lifted this column up is just so you can see the top 7 even when you scroll down. But just bear in mind you might be hiding some of them if you do scroll down. So that's the main page where you enter the data, and it's obviously got this reporting here, putting them in date order, which is quite useful. But then the next section is the calendar. So the calendar, these are all the color codes for the categories. You can see birthday, national day, anniversary, and by default it will show the current month that you're in at the moment. So if you leave this blank over here, this yellow section, it'll show today. So you can see it'll show this month. Today turns up in yellow. There you can see bank holidays coming up, so they go purple. But you can see there's a birthday, there's a national day. There's another birthday. There's an anniversary. So if you can also then put in anything you want. So if you put in, say, for argument's sake, 3rd of October 2019, any date there's the 3rd of October 2019, and it'll show you spreadsheet days coming up and whatever else is happening that month. If you leave it blank, as I said, it will go to your default. If you put in the 1st of let's say 1st of April 2030, so sometime in the future, you'll see it will still put in the same thing. Now say business birthday, 25 years old. Fred Smith will be 56, Joe Bloggs will be 48. So it gives their birthday in that particular year, so you can look forward into the future. That's also pretty handy. That is what the spreadsheet can do. Obviously you put in all of your dates, categorize them, and then not only can you see the calendar, but here you can see what dates are coming up. Perfect if you want to remember people's birthdays, and you've got anniversaries, and you've got marketing days and national days and all sorts of other things to put into here. That's what the spreadsheet does. You do have as many spaces as 1,000, so you can enter 1,000 different days, and it'll handle that fairly easily. So that's all for that, and I hope that helps you. And if this is useful to your business, I wish you all the best with that. Thank you. Goodbye.